I struggled in preparation for the speech. With 2 kids, a wife, and 2 jobs, spare time is not something that I have a whole lot of nowadays. It also didn't help that during the preparation, I came down with strep throat and laid in bed for a couple of days with 103-degree fever.
Wow.
I also don't enjoy talking about myself. When I was asked to give this speech, I Googled Icebreaker speech. And what it told me is a 4 to 6 minute speech about yourself, because nobody is a better authority on themselves than you are. The problem is, nobody wants to get up here and speak about themselves less than me. To explain a little bit more about my 2 jobs, I'm in a unique position. For the past 10 years, I've owned and operated a small business called IDcards.com. IDcards.com is a niche office supply company that specializes in selling items to wear and create ID badges. About a year ago, due to some unforeseen family events, which I'm not going to get into, my father asked me if I wanted to join the family business. That business is Santa Glaze International. It's a tile and grout restoration business, and they specialize in cleaning tile and grout. They have 15 employees and 75 franchises across the United States.
Oh, wow.
I was nervous to take this opportunity. The first thing I thought was, what would the employees there think about me? The second thing I thought was, would I be able to continue the legacy of my grandfather and father and maintain and hopefully build what they had already created? It didn't help that at that time, an acquaintance of mine had just randomly told me that it was generally the 3rd generation of a family business that makes the company fail. I thought, wow, what are the odds of hearing something so specific at that moment? I was also concerned because a lot of my immediate family is involved in the business. And as you can imagine, mixing family and business together is not always easy. In the February of this year, I decided to take the lead. The first couple of months were hectic, and trying to balance ID cards and Santa Glaze took long hours and a lot of patience from my family. Eventually, I was able to find someone to handle the daily operations of ID cards, and since then, I've become better adjusted to juggling both jobs. But I knew I had a bigger problem ahead of me. If I wanted to be a leader, I was going to have to work on my communication and leadership skills, which is something I had not done in the past. Public speaking did not always scare me. When I was in elementary school, I loved being the center of attention. At the Episcopalian school that I went to, every couple of weeks I was asked to read the scripture lesson for the day. It was the highlight of my day. I loved getting up there, and I never felt nervous. The idea of reading the words, embellishing the right ones, and using proper enunciation made me feel great. I loved that feeling. But unfortunately, one day that all changed. In 6th grade, my elementary school teacher asked me to give a report on dinosaurs. I thought, this is great. This is what I love to do. Unfortunately, when I got up there, my voice started to tremble and I got nervous. This was the first time I encountered stage fright. A few years ago, I decided it was time I got out of the office more. At the time, I had been working by myself at ID Cards, and besides an occasional friend for lunch, meeting a friend for lunch, I did not get out much during the day. I figured if I joined a group, got out of the office more, and got out of my comfort zone, that this would be good for me. The group I decided to join was Rotary International.
Oh, congratulations.
For those of you who don't know what Rotary International is, it's a service-oriented group whose goal is to eradicate polio. Since 1988, Rotary has eradicated 99.9% of polio in the entire world. But mainly what we do is meet once a week, eat lunch, and listen to a speaker give a presentation about their cause or organization. My favorite part about Rotary is when we have a great speaker. Some of them have interesting topics, and some of the topics are not. But my favorite speakers are the ones that can turn a boring topic into a captivating story. For me, my tipping point came last year. My 90-year-old grandmother had passed away. Me, my brother, and my sister were asked if we would give the eulogy. I had declined. I was terrified at the idea of getting in front of the church at that moment and giving a speech. This was somebody who meant a lot to me, and because of my fear, I was not able to get up there and celebrate their life. At that point, I made a vow that I would work on this. I hope through practice and preparation, I can turn my fear of speaking into a strength. It's something I look forward to working on, and I can't wait to see where this journey takes me. Thank you.